Hey, it's Dustin with Boomers Outdoors, and I'm coming to you today from the woods of North Alabama. And what I want to do today is do a complete and I believe fair review of the Naturehike Rock Series 60 plus 5 liter Dyneema Backpack. I bought this puppy back in, I think April, sometime middle of April from AliExpress. Took about 2 weeks to get it. And since then, I've done 2 backpacking trips with it, and I've hiked approximately 40 miles with this pack, carrying loads of anywhere between 17 and 20 pounds. So while I've done a previous review after one backpacking trip, I really feel like I can do a much better, fairer review after using it more. So another reason I want to do this review is because when you go online, you find the reviews all over the place. I watched a couple of guys that took the pack out and said it was a good pack, they really liked it. I watched a senior hiker. He's been hiking a long time. He took it out, compared it to his very expensive pack, and he gave it a thumbs up for a budget backpack. Then I watched another guy who I respect a lot, who's done a lot of gear review. He said, and I quote, that this backpack was garbage and possibly the worst backpack he ever reviewed. So which is it? Where does it fall? Is it a good backpack, an okay backpack, or a piece of garbage? So today what I want to do is take it and break it down and give you the good and bad and ugly about this pack. And Naturehike, if you're listening, at the end of this video, I'm going to make 5 suggestions, 5 little tweaks that you could do to this pack that I think would take it to a whole nother level. So I hope you're listening and I hope you follow through on those. So let's take this thing inside and let's break it down. Well, I'm home and ready to continue my review of the Naturehike Rock Series 60 plus 5 liter backpack. This is the Dyneema version of the backpack. And first of all, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Naturehike if you're not familiar with them. They are a Chinese company, and I believe they make knockoffs of really good products that are out in the market now. An example of that would be their Mongra 2 tent. It is almost an exact duplicate of the MSR Hubba Hubba, which is a very, very popular, very good tent. They also have their Cloud Up 1, 2, and 3, which seems to be a very, very similar to the Big Agnes Fly Creek 2 UL, which is another very, very popular tent. Now the Naturehike tents are a little bit heavier, but they seem to be made really well. So what about this backpack, this new Rock Series backpack? Well, it is pretty lightweight. It comes in 2 different sizes. It comes in a 60 plus 5 liter and a 40 plus 5 liter. The 60 plus 5 liter comes in the Dyneema version, which is what I have. It weighs 2 pounds 14 ounces. It also is available in a 420 nylon version, which weighs 2.9 ounces. I went with Dyneema, even though it's a little bit heavier because it's a better made material. So what is this backpack supposed to be a knockoff of? Well, there's a lot of lightweight and hyperlight packs out there today that people use on the market that look very similar to this pack. An example of that would be the Mountain Gear, or excuse me, the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Southwest 3400. Z-Packs makes one called the Arc Robic Pack, 60 liter. There's a ULA Ohm 2.0. I think that's the pack that Dixie uses. There's a 3F UL Gear Trajectory Pack, 55 liter. And so there's a lot of them out on the market. And that's, you know, there's things that are common about all of the lightweight packs. Most of those that I just mentioned are under 2 pounds. Some of the things you'll find about them is they're under 2 pounds, 2 pounds or less in weight. They're usually made of really good materials such as X-Pack, Dyneema, Robic materials, or one even called UHMWPE, which is a long acronym for something, but they're made of really good lightweight materials. Another thing you'll find out about these packs is their design tends to be a roll top closure, which this one has. Most all of those have a roll top closure that I mentioned. Some of them may have a lid, but I don't think so. I think most of them are roll top like this. This is actually where your extra liters come in, is in this roll top design. Most all of them are just one large tube. It's like a big duffel bag, in other words. They don't have a sleeping bag compartment and different pockets and zippers. And almost all of them have on the front of the bag a pocket like this. Sometimes it'll be mesh, sometimes it'll be this type of material, solid material. And this is where your extra 5 liters comes from, this and the side pockets. So those are the things that you find with almost all of your lightweight and ultralight packs. This one also happens to have a frame in it, which, you know, some of them have frames, some of them do not. Now, I'm gonna go over the good, bad, and ugly of this pack, because it has some good things, some things that are not so good, and then a couple of things that are just ugly. First thing to keep in mind is this is a budget backpack. These other backpacks I mentioned, the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Pack is $355. The Z-Pack, Arc Robic is $299. The ULA pack is $240. And the 3FL pack is usually $241. I think it's on sale right now for $169. I paid $75 for this pack. I've seen it, it's on AliExpress right now for $85, but the nylon version of this pack right now is on sale right now for $62.70. So this is like half or a third of the price, or even a quarter of the price of some of these other packs. John Ruskin wrote one time, it is unwise to pay too little for something, but it's even worse to pay too much. You know, or excuse me, I got that wrong. It's unwise to pay too much for something, but it's even worse to pay too little, because the thing you buy for too little may not do what you want it to do. But keep in mind, this is a budget backpack. So we shouldn't expect it to be as good in every way as some of these other packs. These other packs are really nice packs. But what are the good features on this pack? Well, first of all, it's material. It's made of Dyneema material, which is a really good material, a very strong material. I think, you know, weight-wise, it's stronger than steel. And this is a really good material in this pack. The stitching on it seems to be excellent. I mean, you don't see any threads, loose threads on this pack. I've actually hiked, as I said earlier, with this pack over 40 miles. I've sweated a lot in this pack this summer. And so I think the construction of it's good. The frame of it, it has a lightweight aluminum frame that goes in the pack that goes down the sides and across the top, which I think gives it great stability, makes it ride really, really well. I think that the overall construction of it with this pack on the back, this is a really good feature. This 5-liter pouch back here, it holds things. With a roll top, you don't have all the compartments. So you're basically putting it in one big tube. So you need a place where you can get the stuff in a hurry. And this pack right here, if you need to get to your rain jacket, your hydration, water filter kit or bathroom kit, whatever you need to, you can get to it really quick on this. Your puffy jacket. It does also have a little pocket right here, which you can put stuff in. I just threw a couple of items in there, my headlamp, my flashlight. It's a fairly deep pocket. It's about hand deep. And so it's got some really neat features. The pack also, to me, it rides good. So the good things about this pack, and its cost. You've got cost, you've got it lightweight, it's got a good stability frame, it seems to be made well, it's made of Dyneema. Those are some good things about this pack. Well, what are the bad things? What are the shortcomings of this pack? Well, there's several, and we'll go over the bad things first. Well, the first thing that is on this pack that probably needs to be improved is the hip pockets. It does have hip pockets on it, but the hip pockets are very small. You can't get much in these hip pockets. They're pretty small, even though it does have hip pockets. It's like, you might get a granola bar in there, maybe an iPhone 7, but they're not very big. So that is an issue with this pack. Second thing is the shoulder straps on this pack. They're pretty close together. Now, I will say that's not unusual. A lot of packs have straps that are close together, but most of the time they're angled out. This pack does not angle them out, and some people have found that to be a real problem. They said this rode in and pinched their neck, and was very uncomfortable in their neck. I have not had that problem with this pack, but some other people have, and have seen that as a real problem. So that is an issue with it also that people have. Another issue is the hydration pockets on the side. It's got 2 hydration pockets. Now, I will tell you getting this bottle out of here. You can do it, I can do it. It's really hard. But what I usually have to do is reach back and push it up from the bottom and then grab it as it falls forward. But it is virtually impossible to get your water bottle back in these pockets once you get it out. You have to take the pack off. So that is an issue too, right there. That can be a problem with this pack, and it is aggravating. So those are some of the things with this pack that are bad. Another thing is, like most packs, it's got a solid back, and it's made really well. This is some pretty good foam on this. It's very comfortable. The hip back belt is really comfortable. That's a plus with this pack too, but this lays right on your back. Most of your lightweight packs are made like this. They lay on your back. So, you don't have any ventilation, not much ventilation. The Arc series from Z-Pack, they actually make their packs where they actually bow. You can bow them and put an arch in the back, and so the pack is not right on your back. A lot of your new packs today, they do that. They put something to keep the pack from being right on your back. So I'll tell you, if it's hot outside, your back is going to sweat with this pack. I don't like to hike a lot when it's really hot, but that can be a drawback to this pack that some people don't like. But other than that, this pack, those few things right there, this pack to me is a good value for the money. But there is one thing that to me is really on this pack has been the ugly thing. And that is this, there's one more thing. Before we talk about one more thing, this pack only comes in one torso length. That's another bad thing about it. I do want to mention that. This torso length is a little bit adjustable with a hip belt, but not much. This fits someone with a torso length probably of 19 to 22 inches. I'm right around 6'1", 6'2". This pack fits me really well. But if you're over 6'3" or shorter than 5'11", this pack may not fit you. So it's limited in who this pack is going to fit well. Now let's get back to this thing. This is your shoulder strap pocket, and it's permanently attached. It's not very big. It will hold a 16-ounce bottle of water, or what I normally throw in this thing is my bear spray, and it does good with that. But the problem with this pocket, being that it is fixed, is it limits how far your sternum strap will come up. And so your sternum strap can only come up so far on this pack. And the problem with that is, if you're a woman trying to wear this pack, instead of it being a sternum strap, as a senior hiker said, it usually turns out to be a boob strap. So that is a real problem. That's the ugly part. This thing really limits this chest strap. Now for me, it does come across my sternum up here, but just right at the top of it. And that's all the way up. So if you're a shorter person, it's gonna go lower and lower on you as this pack goes down. So that's the good, the bad, and ugly of this pack. For the money, is it a good pack? I'll tell you that in a minute. Now, what could Naturehike do to this pack? I had 5 things I wrote down that I thought would really help this pack. And so the first thing they could do is make this pack in 3 different torso sizes. Almost all those packs I listed come in a small, medium, large, and even some of them are tall. And by doing that, you make this pack where it's much more accessible to people to wear, instead of someone that's 6 feet tall or around thereabout. So that's the first thing they could do to improve this pack. It's not a big thing, but it's a slight thing that would help. Number 2, put a little more material in these hip pockets. If you're gonna have hip pockets, make them big enough that you can put something in. They should be, it doesn't cost that much, surely, to put a little more material in there and make the hip pockets a little bit bigger. Number 3, a lot of packs with their hydration pockets, they're hard to get to, but most backpack companies will angle them. Look, if you angle these just a little bit, make them, and I've seen other companies do this at an angle, they're going to be much easier to get to and put back in there. So you could make the pocket bigger, or you could just make it at an angle, and that would take care of that problem. Another thing, and this is the big one, is either do away with this pocket altogether, don't even put it on there, or make it an option that's detachable. And you could actually make it in 3 different sizes. Just to let you know, I'm not telling you how to run your business, but if you made it in 3 different sizes, you could sell that as an add-on and make it where it fits on the strap, on the chest strap, or excuse me, the shoulder strap, where a person could put it wherever they wanted to put it. And then the last thing would be simply, for those that are having a problem with this pinching on their neck, would be to make it like most packs do. Most of the packs, their shoulder straps are angled out slightly. That would just be a slight manufacturing change that would take this pack from a so-so pack to, I think, just an outstanding value. Now, what do I think about this pack? What's my evaluation of it? I like this pack. I like the way it feels. I like the way it rides. I like the design of it. Are these things a deal breaker to me? No, they're not a deal breaker. They are an aggravation, and they are design flaws that are not really good. I can get away with it because the pack just happens to fit me pretty well. But if you're not my size or somewhere close to my size, you're probably going to have problems with this pack. Naturehike could take it and fix those problems and make this a excellent, outstanding value for the money. They could actually get more money for it by doing those things. It's very similar to these other packs I mentioned. They're a lot more expensive, and they are better backpacks than this. But for a budget-friendly pack, so when it's just getting into backpacking, this is an excellent value if it fits you and works for you. And you can put up with the little aggravations that go along with it, such as this shoulder strap pocket being fixed and causing issues with the sternum strap. Other than that, it's made very, very well. So that's my review of it. I think it's a good pack. No, I don't think it's a piece of garbage. And no, it's not an outstanding pack, but it is a good pack to me, and I like the pack. Like I said, I wear it. I'm going to take it on a lot more trips. Works well for me, and it may work well for you, but I'd like to get your feedback on it. So please let me know what you think about this pack. If you have one, what do you like it? Do you not like it? And let me know what you think about my review. Do you think this review is fair? When I watched online, as I said earlier, I saw reviews all over the place, from it being a good pack to a so-so pack to a piece of garbage. And so I hope my review is fair. I want it to be fair. I want it to do a good job on this pack. So let me know what you think. Comment in the comment field and let me know what you think about my review, okay? And thanks for watching.